Welcome students. Today we are going to discuss one of the most important topic in biology, that is virus. This topic has been in a lot of discussion for the last few years, particularly from the point of view of impact on human health. Why? This has been the major factor is impact on human health. Human health. Human health. Now, if you take into account the COVID, it has also socio-economic impact. The viral disease have a very widespread socio-economic impact also. So one is the impact on human health, large-scale loss of life, and also on the same hand, on the same aspect, impact on the socio-economy. You'll find across the globe the economy is in some country it is still in shutdown mode, in some country it is partially open. Many sectors are still facing the problem due to COVID crisis, airlines, hotel, and the major impact is what? This COVID. So virus and its impact on the society is much wider than there are bacterial disease also, but impact of virus is more. Now if I take into account what are the topics that we are going to discuss in case of virus. The first is about characteristics of virus. The first one is what? Characteristic of virus. Then depending on the genetic material, virus can be either DNA or RNA virus. It could be DNA virus or RNA virus. Then important viral diseases. Some of them are very common that you know. In the present context, if I talk about the viral disease, swine flu, bird flu, then bird flu. Then last year we had large number of deaths in Muzaffarpur due to a disease called Japanese encephalitis, JE, COVID-19, and there are many other. From time to time there has been outbreak of new viral diseases. That is why this component becomes very important. Due to regular occurrence of new form of diseases. Then zoonotic disease. Then there is a term given in the point number 4, zoonotic disease. Why this is important? Zoonotic disease is important from the point of view that many of the diseases have been transferred from animal to man. These diseases have been transferred from animal to man either this way or man to animal. So zoonotic disease have emerged as a major challenge to the human healthcare system. As a major challenge to the human healthcare system. Then there are certain government programs for control of the diseases. One important program is National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program. One important program is this one, NVBDCP. National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program. Vectors, what do you mean by vector? Vectors are insects. Insects. So they transmit. Vectors are basically, in biology we are using term which is not physics, we are using the term vector, and they transmit the disease from one person to another. Insect. Then point number 7 is about an important government of India program called Mission Indradhanush. Mission Indradhanush. So this program is about vaccination. Mission Indradhanush program is about vaccination. How the child can be vaccinated to prevent the occurrence of the disease. You all have seen the pulse polio program. You all have seen the pulse polio program. Now let's go into the topic of virus. One by one we will discuss different aspects. The first one is characterization of virus. The first point that we are discussing about is characterization. Is about characterization. Now virus is a connecting link. The point here is what? Connecting link. Connecting link between living and non-living. So virus is a connecting link between living and non-living. So it is means it has some characteristics of living being and it has some characteristic of non-living being. So virus exhibits the characteristics of both living as well as non-living being. Now if you put virus inside a living cell, virus exhibits all the characteristics of life. The key point is inside living system or cell. What does it show? Characteristics of life. It exhibits the characteristics of life. But once you take it out of the cell of the cell or a living system, it will not exhibit the signs of life. Now what are the characteristics of life? If I go into the characteristics of life, growth, reproduction, metabolism. These are some of the characteristics of life. So inside the living system, it exhibits all the characteristics of life. But if you take it out, it will behave as a non-living being. If you take it out, it will behave as a non-living being. So virus will exhibit the characteristics of life if it is inside the living system. So inside the living system, it will be exhibiting the characteristics of life. Now, virus cannot be grown on a synthetic medium. Synthetic medium. Now, the point is, what is a synthetic medium? You might have heard about things like tissue culture or a lab animal. You have heard about tissue culture or lab animal. You can grow virus inside a lab animal, but you cannot grow virus, say, on a bread or a dead material. Virus can be grown only on a living thing. So, synthetic material may be agar or others. So, virus can be grown only in tissue culture, not on a synthetic medium. Now, why virus is different from other groups of other organisms? What makes virus different from other organisms? The key difference between a virus and other living organism is virus lacks enzyme. Enzyme for what? For production of energy. Virus lacks enzyme for production of energy. Therefore, it uses the system of the cell or the tissue culture or the organism to produce energy. That makes virus different from all other bacteria, fungi, plant, animal, and all other kingdoms of life. Virus lacks the enzyme for production of energy, and that is why it is dependent on living cell or other system for production of energy. Then antibiotics do not have an impact on virus. When we get ill, often in case when you go to doctor, he will give you penicillin and other thing, but antibiotics do not have an impact on virus. Antibiotics do not have impact on virus. Antibiotics are given to prevent secondary bacterial infection that can occur along with the viral infection. Say a person lung is affected, so at that time, along with the viral infection, he can also be affected by bacterial infection. That is why second antibiotics are sometimes given in combination with antiviral. You might be hearing about a drug called remdesivir. Now, remdesivir is an antiviral drug. It is not an antibiotic. There is difference between antibiotic and antiviral drug. Remdesivir is an antiviral drug. So, antibiotics do not have impact on virus. The basic function of antibiotic is to act against bacteria. So, antibiotic will not act on virus, and if at all they are given during viral infection, it is to prevent secondary bacterial infection. It is to prevent secondary bacterial infection. Virus can infect all forms of life: bacteria, fungi, plant, and animal. Living organisms have been classified into 5 kingdoms. Living organisms have been classified into 5 kingdoms: Monera, Protista, fungi, plant, and animalia. So, living organisms have been classified into 5 kingdoms. 5 kingdoms they have been classified. Monera, I am speaking out again. Monera, Protista, fungi, plant, and animal. These are the five kingdoms of life. That is there for NCERT. Five kingdom of life: Monera, Protista, fungi, plant, and animalia. Virus can infect all of them, from Monera to Protista to fungi to down to animals. So all the forms of life, all the five kingdom of life given by R.H. Whitaker. Remember, this classification has been given by the great taxonomist R.H. Whitaker. That we will study later, R.H. Whitaker. So all the five kingdoms of life are affected by virus. So virus can be infected by all types of cells. This question has been asked by UPSC. This question has been asked by UPSC in the last few years. For example, take a look. Take a look at question number 2. Which of the following statement are correct? It asks about which of these statements are correct. Out of the virus can infect bacteria, yes. Fungi, yes. Plant. All forms of life are affected by virus. So the answer here is D. Virus can infect all forms of life. Virus can infect all forms of life. So this makes virus unique. This makes the virus unique. It can infect all forms of life. Viruses that infect bacteria, they are called bacteriophage. The highlighted term over here, bacteriophage. Now, bacteriophage are viruses that affect bacteria. Bacteriophage. So bacteriophage is made up of, the outer coating of virus is basically made up of protein and sometimes fat, and the inner core is genetic material. So bacteriophage are the virus that infect bacteria. And bacteriophage could be used for the treatment in case of antibiotic resistant bacteria that are also called superbugs. Some bacteria are not acted upon by antibiotics because these bacteria have developed resistance against the drug. These bacteria have developed resistance against the drug. Therefore, these bacteriophages can be used to kill these microbes. In fact, there's an institute called IMTech, Institute of Microbial Technology. IMTech is at Chandigarh. They studied the characteristics of Ganga water and found that there are several types of bacteriophage which keeps it non-putrefying. So that is one you'll find particularly above Haridwar. Above Haridwar, Ganga water self-cleans itself. Why? It has bacteriophage. Bacteriophage kills the microbe. Therefore, Ganga water does not decay. It can be stored for longer period if it has been collected from that area. Now, whenever we suffer from infection, our body produces certain class of compound called antibodies. Antibodies are Y-shaped molecules. Antibodies are Y-shaped molecules and they act against different microbes right from bacteria, virus to others. But Antibodies are generic, they are produced against all, whereas in case of virus, one special class of compound is produced by the body. One special class of compound is produced by the body called interferons. Body produces a special class of compound called interferon, and this acts against virus only. Interferon will not act against fungi, protozoa and other. It will act against only the virus. So we had already discussed about the classification. R.H. Whitaker had not classified virus in any of the 5 living kingdom. We had discussed about Monera, Protista, fungi, plant and animalia. R.H. Whitaker classification has not put virus in any of these kingdoms. This is one of the criticism of R.H. Whitaker classification of life. In NCERT, if you go into class 9th, chapter 7, biodiversity, you will find that is the R.H. Whitaker classification. Then viroid. There is a term called viroid. These are infectious agents and they are smaller than virus, even smaller than virus. And basically these are free RNA. They lack the protein coat that is found in case of virus, and hence the name viroid. So viroid are basically free RNA particles that cause disease. Then there is a term called prion. These are not, remember, viroid is not a virus. Similarly, you have prion. Prion is not a virus. Prion is an infective protein. Prion is a type of protein that can trigger normal protein in the brain to fold abnormally. So it can affect both human and animals. So these are improperly folded protein that can infect the brain. And prion disease have been passed from animal to human by infected meat product. There was an animal prion disease called bovine spongiform encephalopathy and scrapie in sheep. Scrapie was there in sheep and BSE was in cattle. Now in Europe, people consume beef. Beef is very common in Europe. Now that is how the humans suffer from another disease called CJD, Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. From sheep, there was a disease called scrapie. In Europe, they tried to utilize all the products of the slaughterhouse. Now what happened? Scrapie, the sheep was slaughtered, the waste product of it was dried and it was fed to cattle. Cattle suffered from another disease called bovine spongiform encephalopathy. And when the beef was consumed by human, the human suffered from the disease called Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, CJD. More than millions of cattle were slaughtered in Europe for this. Now, which are the important institutions for study of virus? If we take into account the Indian institution, the first most important institution is NIV, National Institute of Virology, NIV. NIV, National Institute of Virology, Pune. One of the premier institute. The second one is National Institute of High Security Animal Disease, Bhopal. National Institute of High Security Animal Disease, Bhopal. And the next one is the next important center is Center for Zoonosis. Center for Zoonosis, Nagpur. Now, NIV, National Institute of Virology, comes under ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research. ICMR stands for Indian Council for Medical Research, ICMR. Whereas ICR stands for, if we take into account ICR, ICR stands for Indian Council of Agriculture Research. ICR stands for Indian Council of Agriculture Research. Indian Council for Agriculture Research. Now all the agriculture university come under the purview of ICR. They come under the purview of ICR. Going into the structure of virus has two components. Virus has two components. The outermost layer is made up of capsid. The outer layer is made up of capsid. It is made up of capsid. Capsid are further made up of unit called capsomere, and they are basically protein and some amount of fat. Mostly protein, but some amount of fat can be there. And the second component is your genetic material. The genetic material can be either DNA or RNA. It is either DNA or RNA. It cannot be both. Genetic material can be either DNA or it can be RNA. Never both, DNA or RNA. So depending upon the genetic material, virus can be either DNA virus or RNA virus. Virus can be either DNA virus or RNA virus. Thank you. We will go into detail of virus in the next video. Thank you.